Soccerverse is not only about soccer, it's also about money. So I look into your pockets. I looked at all game data to get insights about share trades, user balances during this beta season 3. In this video, I will answer some hot questions like how much did Soccerverse users spent during season 3, and we will also talk about US dollar value, and then what Soccerverse club or soccer player attracted more capital from investors, from shareholders, from users, speculators. Who did the most profit, if anyone? I'm telling you guys, stick until the end. This data is super hard to find. It's never seen before. So if you're curious about this stuff, let's go. And here we go, guys, here we go. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Nick, I talk about Xaya. I play Xaya and I also analyze Xaya games, especially Soccerverse, because season 3 ended, as you know. Maybe you already watched my part 1 of this series, so it's a lot of data. And I made a tremendous work to extract this data for you. I hope you will enjoy it. We will have a look at who spent the most, who's the most profitable trader, if any. I'm already, spoiler alert, season 3 is really not much trading. You will see the data. Then the least profitable trader, unfortunately, there is always someone that doesn't get any profit. And that's big, a big loss. Not a loss because of hodling. You will see. Why am I speaking? You will see. And then how much you spent compared to how much you got back from sales. Well, let's go. Let's start with part 2, guys, and let's start with the top user balances. First, you have to remember one thing. When you buy SMC through the in-game shop, or kind of marketplace, for every key that you spent, you get 125 SMC. Let's pretend one key is 0.07 USD dollars. Then we know that 125 SMC equals to 0.07 USD dollars, so 7 cents. So this is the formula, the ratio that I used to compare SMC and dollars. So let's see here the user balances. In total, we had in season 3 928 users, which are names, so accounts. We cannot say there were 928 active players. First of all, because there are only 300 soccer clubs, so 300 managers, and then we say, well, the other 628 were shareholders, hopefully, but the reality is that a lot of them were not active, and a lot of people have multiple accounts, so multiple names. So this is mostly like a snapshot of how many unique users there are in Soccerverse. There were in Soccerverse season 3. And as you can see, the top holder of SMC holds in his pocket almost 10 million SMCs, which in US dollar would be something around $5,600. So this is a beta of a game that is not yet advertised, and yet Xaya Gamer managed to somehow invest $5,000. That's a lot. But this is our top holder, guys. Then we follow with SJZ, which has 2,500,000 roughly SMC, which is yet about a fifth of what Xaya Gamer has. So it's about $1,400, guys. Similar amount Kirill, 120, followed by Robot, Phil Harvey. Phil Harvey is very active. You will see why Phil Harvey is very active. Phil Harvey is definitely someone to keep an eye on. You will understand along the video. Stay until the end, and he's a big boss. And then Nikov, Juvicho, Baron Gorskov, Devil, etc, etc. As you can see, Hamburglar down on the bottom here, but as you can see, the big boss has almost 10 million SMC. How these SMC were spent across the season, as you can see, well, let's keep through the plot and see the USD dollars. As you can see, on average, if we can think about the activity that Soccerverse is accumulating, it's not huge at all. As you can see, every day, this was, for instance, probably the 25th, I would say, 25th of May, there was $20 worth of exchanges. So very, very small, because we are a very, very small family playing Soccerverse right now. Yet, almost daily, there were some money that were traded in shares, and on average probably is about 20 something. Most of the time is lower in USD value. As you can see here, it's probably $5, but then it spikes up when people do stuff at around 30 on average, kind of like that, and sometimes very big spikes above 100. So a good approximation, rough approximation, is about 20 to 20. Let's keep it $20 daily spent. Not huge, but we're just a few people playing it, so cool, right? But this cumulates every day. As you can see in the orange line, this is a cumulative USD dollar spent from the start of the season until the end of season 3. And as you can see, the total spent, the axis is on the right, so you have to read this red axis here, the right axis. It's about 5,500. I would say. I can get the exact data, but it doesn't matter. It's just to give you an overview of the dynamics of the money in Soccerverse Season 3. Roughly, I would say $4,500 has been spent in Season 3. Actually traded in Season 3 from users. Let's keep on going, and let's have a look at the most bought shares. This is cool. Players and clubs. So the most bought shares in terms of numbers of shares are for players, shareholder. How many zeros? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 10 million shares. Guys, somebody spent 49,000 SMC to acquire 10 million shares of shareholder. Not only that, also Nicolas Jackson, Ellis Mahmoud, Enrique Claudinho, and Alessandro Rossi. Those are a lot. However, the total SMC spent is only 49,000. This means that this probably is a wonderkid talent scout, talent hunter. Let's have a look at who got all of these shares of shareholder and Nicolas Jackson, for instance. So let's have a look at Soccerverse shareholder. There you go. Let's have a look. I'm very curious now. Super curious. It's Italian, 73 of rating, 19 years of age, not super young, but definitely young. And there we go. We have Robot. I'm guessing Robot. He's the top shareholders of this guy. 100% bought by Robot. I forgot. It's true. 10 million. He bought all of it. So this guy is totally owned by Robot. 100% shares. Crazy, Robot. You're crazy. Then I guess also the other ones at this point. Let's have a look at the other one. Was Nicolas with C. Nicolas Jackson. Where are you? Jackson, there you are. Let's have a look at Nicolas Jackson. I have a feeling that it's Robot. No, it's Talento. Another guy. Actually, another name. Maybe is Robot with another name. We don't know. But this time, Talento acquired 100% of the shares of this guy, Nicolas Jackson. I think he's from Senegal. Yes, Senegal. And 22 years of age. He plays for Barcelona. Not bad, but interesting. These guys are crazy to spend so much. So let's go ahead with the analysis. And as you can see, the most bought shares of Season 3 were for Lecce, of course. I told you Lecce is the most spectacular club of Season 3. Season 3 is Lecce's season. As you can see, 1,810 shares. Of course, club shares have a much higher price in terms of SMC, so the amounts are lower. But as you can see here, the price of Lecce shares were definitely lower than Atletico Madrid, because Atletico Madrid, with half of the amount of shares, 150,000 SMCs were spent. So this is a good example of where the most value goes, which we'll also look at it just in the next slide. And then we have Necaxa with 219 shares bought, Real Madrid, Rostov, Los Angeles, Napoli, of course. Buy Napoli. You should buy my shares, guys. My shares. I'm not the best, but almost, number 15th. If you missed the ranking of the top managers so far, remember that there is part 1 of this series where I show all the best players and all the best managers and the rankings of the managers so far. Manchester United, Milan, and Manchester City. Let's have a look at now the most valued shares. This takes into consideration also the price. And as you can see with the club, now we have Atletico Madrid on the top. We already saw it before. 938 shares bought and 150,968 SMC spent, which today equals to 84 US dollars. Very little. I guess, guys, in 1 year time, 2 years time maximum, we will have a look at this video back and we say, oh my god, the SMC now, they're worth like 20 times more. These are tiny, and there is going to be a lot of more, many new players playing much more money in. This data is going to be comical in a few years, trust me. Anyway, Manchester City follows with 101 shares, both for $48. Manchester United, Arsenal, Milan, etc, and Napoli is here only $4. Look at that. This is very comical. Very very little to no money in this beta. It makes sense, it's a beta, there is not real money involved, so it's okay. The players, of course, Cristiano Ronaldo, look at how many shares were bought. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 7 million, almost 400 shares bought, and look at that, $258 spent. This already gives you an idea where the money is going, towards players or towards club. Apparently, look at that, look at this column, 258. Havertz, $188, Kante, 156, Messi, 149, etc. Definitely people is trading and speculating on players mostly rather than club, at least in season 3, and these are the top valued shares in Soccerverse season 3. Let's keep on going, guys. By the way, if you like this type of content, you have to understand I took so much time to build this, to create it, to present it, and to record it. So please just drop a like, just drop a comment and share the video. Do something to help me, help you, help Soccerverse to boom, go out in the world, because this is going to be huge, guys. It's going to be huge. I will make a video only on why I'm bullish on Soccerverse, one of the next videos, and nothing. Remember my words. Look at this data, add a few zeros at least, if not more, in the club share spending, and this is going to be the situation in 1 year time, 2 years time maximum, guys. Let's go on. Who spent the most? So spending, it basically means I looked at your activities, I looked at your pockets, and I computed the sum of how much you spend in terms of SMC and also USD value for buying shares of club and also of players as well. So who is the most top spender in season 3? Of course, is Phil Harvey. I told you Phil Harvey is a beast. Phil Harvey spent a lot of money for buying shares in Soccerverse. Look at that. He spent $1,400. He spent 2,500,000 SMC, guys. This is huge money for a beta, but he's not alone. Look at Devil spent an equivalent of $408. Just remember, guys, these are approximation of the value. SMC has no value. I just told you at the beginning of the video the ratio that I use to estimate approximate value in USD, but also what I'm not taking into account is the earnings from dividends, because in Soccerverse, when you have a lot of shares, you also get a lot of dividends from these shares, just like stocks. So you're earning SMC as well, and I didn't take into account this USD money. It doesn't mean that they actually take it out from their pockets. Most of it, yes, but some of it also came in. Let me know if you're interested in this type of analysis as well, because I can also analyze this. I can analyze everything. Let me know in the comment what you're most interested, and maybe I will do a video. Anyway, another observation, Robot 408, SJZ 383, Talento Serrao, Tiger Baker, big comeback of Tiger Baker. Welcome back, big boss. He came back strong. Tiger Baker came back. He wanted to be manager of everything. He just give me a club and I want to manage it. He spent a lot of shares, a lot of USD to buy a lot of shares. Tiger Baker came back strong. Juvicho, Tiki, and Teramo. These are the top spenders. Who is the most profitable trader? And here we have a problem, really big problem. Nobody is selling. This is really not sad, but it's a reality. We are so little people, we are buying a lot of shares, we are not selling anything. Only a few players, users, actually traded in season 3. Season 3 was very poor in trading. Guys, we need to be more active in trading, because almost nobody traded. Only a few ones, and you will see the names and the ratio in one of the next slides. So stick until the end. We're almost done. As you can see, what I just told you, almost nobody earned enough SMC by selling shares to cover the expenses of buying shares. So almost everyone is in negative. The balance is in negative. As you can see here, for instance, we have the player names, sorry, the Soccerverse users on the left. We can see how many shares they bought, only one. How much, in this case of Hammond, which I think is a dev, but I'm not sure. How many SMC were spent, the shares that have been sold by these players, the SMC that they earned by selling the shares, the balance at the end of season 3, which basically means earned minus spent equals the balance. And this is ridiculous. This is really, well, the percentage of the balance is basically your profitability in percentage. Of course, this is ridiculous. It's super high because this guy spent little to nothing, only one share, and he spent 0.075 SMC, which is minuscule USD. That's why it's approximated to 0. But earned a little bit because sold 3 shares for 90 SMC. So as you can see, his USD balance is positive by 5 cents. Okay, so only 5 cents. So this guy gained 5 cents, and of course it's a huge percentage, but it's not really cool. But the main important thing is that if you sort the user activity by this, as you can see, nobody except these 2 guys, nobody is positive. And even though we are talking about very tiny imports amounts, sorry, as you can see, minus $1, minus $2, etc, etc, this is only the top of the list. So we're looking at the most profitable trader, but already you can see that there is only one profitable, and you cannot call it a profit, a 5 cents profit, right? This is very critical. It means nobody sold. So who's going, as you can see here, is growing towards the end. So who is going to be the minus a lot person on the bottom of the list? That guy is unfortunately the least profitable trader, which is just in the next slide. There you go. Least profitable trader is Phil Harvey. Now remember one thing, this holding means no profit from sales, but the revenue from dividends is not accounted here. Again, remember, I didn't account for the revenue of the dividends. Plus, what I mean by holding means no profit, basically Phil Harvey is in huge negative balance, minus $1,400, but he didn't lose $1,400. It's just the difference between what he spent for buying and what he got from selling. Because he sold nothing, he actually sold 108 shares to earn 60 cents. So this is nothing came in, but he spent a lot, 1,415. So this gives a huge minus 99% balance in the negative. But if tomorrow somebody buys all of these shares, he might be positive. Who knows? It's just a snapshot. Plus, all of these shares that Phil Harvey has are earning dividends, which I didn't take into account, and I really don't know what is the real figure here. I could actually make a video about it. Let me know if you're interested, but just take this data with a grain of salt. Remember these caveats. Anyway, Phil Harvey is the one that is most underwater, followed by SJZ with a negative balance of $327, which is a minus 85% on your initial budget, and then followed by Tiki. All of these people are holding like crazy. It's not real least profitable trader. They're not trading, they're holders. They're holders and are also gaining dividends. Again, I'm really interested. Maybe I will do it the video. And then Teramo Detective 11, the Crypto Pop, Libertarian, So Cryptic, Hamburglar, and Marco. These are really active guys. Not many people traded, but what about looking at every single active traders and see the ratio between sold and bought shares? I guess you already know what I'm going to show you because nobody traded much, but let's have a look. Boom, this is the plot. In this plot you see on the bottom is a logarithmic scale. As you can see, is a logarithmic scale of amount of SMC. In this case I just left SMC that were coming in, so earned from sales. SMC sales is in green, so the green bar represents the amount of money coming in, while the red bar on the same player, look at Hamburglar for instance, represent how many SMC left his pocket. basically, because he bought something. So this already is a cool way to visualize the activity of traders in Soccerverse Season 3. Aguero, Alex Tara, Alex Diaz, Almeida. As you can see, I don't see any green bar, which means they only bought, and they didn't sell anything. A lot of players is like this, look at that. Some of them, they come close to break even, like Akeshi. As you can see, SMC in, SMC out, they are very break even. So he probably is not profiting, but at least he traded well. And I'm burglar as well. As you can see, slightly more money going out than money coming in. Let's go down to the other player, the traders. Most of them, again, they don't have any green bar, which means no money coming in because they don't sell. And then again, part 3, just feel free to stop the video, take a snapshot, because of course I cannot list all of them, but have a look. This data is unique. You will not find it in Soccerverse. This is the value that I bring to you guys, etc, guys. Oh, there you go, our guy Emanth. SMC coming in longer than SMC going out, so he's our guy. But the rest of you, and also me myself, where am I? Nix, I don't know. I have to admit I didn't sell anything, so I'm not a good trader, not even myself. And that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you want to have some more. Drop a like, drop a comment, drop whatever you want, but don't drop me. And as usual, Forza Napoli, of course, and see you next time. Ciao.